Yes, I did write. I wrote down quaint. John, did you know we were being quaint? But, well, I'll get back to that. So I'm delighted to be here too, and I don't have a huge staff to accept anything on behalf of, but I do have Ben, who works with me at Personal Safety Nets. I have John, who led writing the book. And then I have many of you who have guided and been my mentors and walked beside me. So I'll accept it on behalf of everyone here who I either know or haven't yet come to know. Because I suspect that there isn't anybody in this whole room who doesn't believe everything that has been said before. If you weren't convinced that community matters, you'd be someplace else tonight. So a friend of mine who is here tonight said to me when she heard about this evening that ethical leadership is where the hope for our world begins and ends. And the more I thought about it, the hope for our world beginning and ending with ethical leadership. Dale and Karma and Bill, thank you. So whatever it is that we each do, in large matters or small matters, matters hugely in how we do it and why we do it. And that's a lot because of the stories. I guess that's why community is important. And choosing with whom to have relationships is important. And why it's important to think about the small things and to do them with enough intentionality that when the big things come along and you have to make one of Bill Grace's ethical decisions, one of those decisions where there isn't a clear right or wrong, but there's more than one possibility, you'll be set. You'll have the backbone and the experience to sort of slide into the right thing. When I went to college, I accepted the invitation that came from the farthest away school to accept me. I'd never been to Skidmore College. I'd never traveled anywhere by myself. So I packed my trunk, and that was when you could take a trunk on an airplane. I threw in some traveler's checks so that I'd have cash when I got there, and I set off with my parents' blessing. Hours and hours later, with planes, trains, and buses behind me, I reached campus and discovered that my luggage hadn't. I was in a nice Seattle warm wool dress, perfect for the rain that I'd left, but not so perfect for the 90-degree weather that I found. A phone call, Mom, help. Received a framing response. Find somebody your size, dear, and make friends. And I didn't much like that advice. But I tried, and I am still friends with Peg Getman today. Because we all had a need. She had a need, and I had a need. Mine was identified as needing something else to wear. Hers was to know somebody else on campus. And she wasn't the first person that I approached. Paula, I agree with, have that list. Joanne, have the list. Later you can organize it. First have the list. We all need to be seen. We all need to be heard. And we all need to be there for others. But to do that, and I think, Paul, that's what you said, we need to take care of ourselves. And then together, we can take care of the rest. So, forward many years from college, John Gibson and I decided that we should really write a book about forming communities in times of need. and we called it Personal Safety Nets, and everyone can pick up a copy over there as you leave. I'll say why that is in a minute. Thank you, Karma. Even if you already have one, you can pick up another one, and you can give it to someone else if you'll tell them why you're giving it to them. And John and I didn't have an idea in the world of what journey lay ahead of us. What we wanted to do is what I'm now calling replace fear and isolation with security and connection. How we do it was a mystery. But what we knew is that we were better together, that if you prepare at any level ahead of yourself, you're going to be more resourceful and more resilient, and that there are skills that can be learned, steps that can be taken, and you just have to get started. So what I believe is that we can all find a way to see that all people have a safe place to sleep every night. So that's about shelter. It's about domestic violence. It's about war, or the absence of it. But then we all need a reason to wake up in the morning. And we all need a healthy earth on which to wake up. And if we don't have advocacy and policy change, the other things won't change either. So thank you to everyone who's involved in policy work and advocacy for the common good. We knew, John and I, that there were programs that really worked at helping people build teams if they had AIDS or if they had cancer. But that the need for and that a variety of churches, of course, do this, and synagogues, but that every one of us needs support through various times in life. We need each other because we're better together. And when a change or a challenge comes, we've done some groundwork. So now Personal Safety Nets is in its 5th year, and I'm celebrating by deciding that everything that's done in this next 15 months, because it's a multiple of 5 and 12 isn't, in the next 15 months is going to be fun, it's going to be free, or almost free. So this is a great year to get in touch with us. The gracious space that the Center for Ethical Leadership brings to communities where its work resonates, and that's all over the world, which I don't think has quite been mentioned, has opened many hearts. To make this really small and easy to understand what gracious space is, and Bill, Karma, everybody, Steve, Dale, this is a little simplistic, but think about what would happen if we applied a concept of gracious space to our driving habits. He cut me off would become, wasn't I clever to leave enough room for that car to merge? Think of the accidents that wouldn't happen every day as they skyrocket. Road rage would go away from the lexicon just because people arrived at their moments of driving, as we hope they can come to the world with a sense of spaciousness, goodwill, good intention, integrity, compassion, and hope. Thank you.